Hey treasure hunters, you may have heard in the YouTube comments or on Reddit that microhunt number 3 has been found, so congratulations on that. And if you don't follow all the channels, most of the action happens on YouTube, but there's been a little more discussion sometimes on Reddit, and sometimes when you ask questions and make comments there, I may reply and give you a little extra bonus information, so you may want to follow that. There's also Facebook and Instagram, of course, and you can find all those links on UtahTreasureHunting.com, and I'll put them in the comments below this video as well. So let's go over what all the clues meant, how I intended them to be interpreted, and then we'll get on with microhunt number 4. So first off, there's diamond, square, diamond, circle, diamond, square, diamond. And if you watched some of the other videos, you may have noticed in one of them it actually showed a glimpse of one of those shapes, the diamonds and squares, looking through the concrete below a bridge, which is just up from where we're at right now. And if you watched that very last clue video, which is actually on the youtube.com/@filmshorties channel, then there was a really unmistakable view of that location. So that's what that was about. It's one of those clues that you have to actually be in the location and spot. You're probably not going to find that one on a map, but when you do, it makes you feel really secure, like you are in the right area. After that, it said, "My friend, I'll say it again, you are on the wrong side of the tracks." So in this case, the tracks were literally, and the point about saying it again, that tells you that there are 2 sets of tracks. So we got front runner and the main, whatever railway line that's called, just past it. When you can't decide whether a tree stump is 2 words or 1, or needs some punctuation, then you're in the right place. So this is another one where you kind of have to be there and look for something like a tree, tree stump, tree, comma, slash stump, whatever. Maybe that reminds you of something that you can see right over my shoulder, right there, for example. And that's where it actually was. So there's the tree, there's part of it was cut into a stump, and if you walk right around behind it here, it was just sitting right there. So if you got in the right general location, you would have spotted it easy. And this is such a common, popular place, the river trail here along the Provo River, that I think I mentioned this. I was concerned that somebody was just going to spot it, but I guess, I chose a spot where people don't go down by the river too much. And then it said, "Don't get your feet wet." So there was another clue, regarding the river. Don't go too far. Don't step in that. Sometimes it gets kind of deep, a few feet deep right away there. So that was the first clue, and theoretically, you maybe could have guessed it from that. Like if you guessed that don't get your feet wet, if you're like, maybe that's a river, and then find a pair of tracks nearby, and then, or if you happen to be familiar with the area and spot those diamond, circle, squares, that could have worked, but it would have been really difficult from just that. So the second clue said, "Follow the path of least resistance." And some of you guessed sort of correctly that had to do with gravity, like downhill. But what is the most famous thing in the universe for following the path of least resistance? Water, of course. So again, that could reinforce the don't get your feet wet. A river, not just stagnant water there, not just still water, but flowing down, and we are right along the river. Leave the wilderness behind. Some of you took this, I guess you could say kind of literally, and they're like, good, I didn't think it was way up in the mountains this time, because winter's coming and I'm trying to avoid some of that snow to not make this impossible. And in this case, it actually referred to a place name. So if you had plugged in wilderness into Google Maps, you might have seen something like this. And one of those, which just happens to be just up the path from me here, is Paul Ream Wilderness Park. So that would give you a really good starting place. And if you happen to bet on that and go for a walk 50 feet away, you would have seen the diamond, square, circle, and your confidence level would have jumped way up at that point. And then in that video, there was the bonus clue where it showed the word park. And so that would reinforce your Paul Ream Wilderness Park guess and help you your confidence. rise high enough that if you wanted this challenge coin and the magnet and the other goodies there and the money, then that would have given me confidence enough, I think, to come and search around here if I lined up some of those clues. Clue number 3 said, "Be strong, Utah." And somewhere in some of the comments, I think I mentioned, it may have been a few days later, to think about some of the early languages that we had around here. And of course, I only know one like native word from the Ute tribe, and it wasn't that. So some of the Spanish explorers were some of the first ones. So translate strong into Spanish, and that's fuerte, or and of course there's a cognate in English of fort. And so Fort Utah, you put that together, well, there's a monument right over there. I can see it almost over to the freeway there, and that's where Fort Utah used to stand. So again, that can give you something you could find on a map and zero in and then confirm all of your other guesses. And there were a couple bonus clues in that video, and one of them actually showed a picture of this tree. It was looking down at it, and you could see the challenge coin at the time. I hadn't added the magnet yet. So if you got close enough, then you might have recognized that and picked that up. And then the other bonus clue on that one was just a brief picture that flashed in the corner of the screen of one of those little toys where the kids put the shapes, the stars and the squares and circles into the blue and red toy, and the Fisher-Price thing, and you pull it apart to empty it and start over. So that was kind of an allusion to those initial shapes that are holes in the sides of the bridge, which I don't know how helpful that would be, but if you guess some other things right, then it would certainly confirm that. Clue number 4, I pointed out to take a lot of these clues literally. So like the tracks and stuff, there were several really literal clues, and then we talked about the 12 top different ways to encode things into these treasure poems that seems like everyone's doing these days, or several people are doing. And then that video also had 2 bonus clues, and they're really the same one. At one point, if you remember, I was giving some of the quotes on that course from the University of Life, How to Love Yourself, and some of the people who I think I used all the comments for that class so far about how they found that really useful and helpful and liked it for various reasons. And then at one point there was a little word in a different color in orange, and it said Paul. And then if you go through the video later, then just as it was showing some of the scenery of Utah, it again showed Paul, but it also showed Paul R, and it just appeared in the sky for a minute, the word, and it faded away. So combine that with Googling on Google Maps the word wilderness, and if you found that park, that could have made you pretty confident in that guess. And then clue number 5, the last one, was that bonus video where I made for my other channel, where I was just doing a test on shotgun mics and how effective they are, and I just shot it down there by the Fort Utah sign, and then I included some actual video footage of this and of like the circle, square, diamond. And if you saw that and it showed some of the train tracks and stuff, then I try to make, by the end, if this has lasted more than 3 or 4 weeks, I'm going to try and make this easy and get someone to find it as quickly as possible. So that's the interpretation. Maybe watching this video will help you to guess future clues, mine and other people's, that much faster. I hope so. And thanks to everyone who played and participated. We'll launch Microhunt number 4 soon. I have the general location picked out. I need to actually go up there or over there or under there. Don't read too much into what I'm saying right now, and hide it, and then I can finish off the poem and brainstorm some more things, some more clues I can give you for that. So again, thanks for playing, thanks for watching. Hope you're having fun. This time I'm going to get a handful of money along with the challenge coin and magnet and a few other fun trinkets, and maybe a golden snitch. And I'll present that clue for you really soon. I'm going to try to make it even more fun. And part of it is in hopes, because I'm going to ask you guys for a favor. We've grown our YouTube subscriber audience some since we began, but I'd like to speed that up. So I'm going to try and make this fun enough that you feel good about sharing it. Post it on your social media and say, hey, any guesses where you think this is, or something like that, and we'll help grow that. And then the more our audience grows, the more money we hide, and the more fun for everybody. So that's what I'm hoping for. I'd appreciate your support on that, and just subscribing to this channel. You can help that happen. So until next time, happy holidays. I hope you like winter more than I like it these days. It's beautiful sometimes, yeah. It's not so bad. I'll try and have a better attitude. And until next time, well, after next time, then happy hunting. And in the meantime, treasure the moments whenever you've got.